Hello creators, my name is Daniel and today I'll show you how to make this puppet from just a simple plane. I have two stores when I'm selling my procedural materials on Blender Market. There are Pro versions and on Gumroad all of other stuff. Also, I'm publishing all of them on my Instagram. All of that you can check in the description. Let's create a new file, general. Yes, save, of course, save. First of all, in file, in edit preferences, make sure that in add-ons your node Wrangler is on. Also, you will need cycle render, feature set experimental and GPU. Then delete this and add a plane. Now screencast case is on. Let's add subdivision surface to our plane, adaptive subdivision, simple. And what else we need? Camera. Okay, now we can create our material. Let's go to shading editor. I don't like this environment, so I'll change it to this one. Let's create a material, and in the settings of this material, choose displacement and bump to displace our plane. Puppet is consists of circle, one big circle, lines between pops and pops. First of all, let's make little pops. This scale is will be for all of our displays. Let's see. Now we have the center of our texture coordinates in the center of our object, but we will need this in the corner. 0.5, 0.5. I'll show you why we need this later when we will make a color. So duplicate scale. This scale is for our pops, because we are making a procedural material and we want it to be a procedural. Duplicate and change the second one to I'm so blind to fraction. And now we have this. This is why it's so trippy, because of Eevee. In cycles, it's okay. So let's make it in cycles. Why we choose fraction? Because when now we will raise our scale, it will be a lot of small texture coordinates, not a big one. Set this to 7. We need another mapping node to change individual origins. We will set it to -0.5 in X and in Y. Then duplicate math, vector math, and change it to length. Where is it? There it is. Now we have little circles, but we need to a little bit round it. I don't know how to say right. Let's add color ramp. Okay, I'm doing something wrong. Let's add a math node. Okay, I fixed this. Repeat this and you will have those little round pieces. But in Puppet, they have a little circle around them. How to make it? Duplicate color ramp and change linear to B-spline. And at this moment, our balls will be balls, not just pyramids. Let's add a displacement node to check our displacement map. And it's working incorrect because we will need to plug this into high, not a scale. And our scale is too high, then we need to change it a little bit. And now decrease our balls. What is going on? Maybe switch this a little bit. No, that way, yes. This is a really important node because it is making our pyramids round. Now we have a pops pattern, but we need to make a mask for it to make it round. How to do that? We need a Voronoi texture and plug into this our scale. We need a position, output, and decrease randomness to 0. Copy length and add a math node with greater than. And now we have a mask for this. But how to control? We can change our scale in Voronoi texture, but to make them together, copy math node and use value node. Math node change to round and plug into scale. We need to oh my god, what I'm doing? Now let's combine our mask with pops. Mask to factor and second color to black. Maybe decrease a little bit pops. Like this. And now we can change scale of our pops and we can use only odd numbers. And of course we can scale this. We can rotate it if we plug mapping node before scale. Make it 0 and rotate X. To make lines we will need this fraction output and separate X, Y, Z. Now we have lines. This is so cool. Yes, this is cool. Duplicate our color ramp and off it and change to, let's add 2 more squares, change this one to white and those two to black. Now we have those lines and we will need to make a mask for them. So let's duplicate length. Let's make mask. Yes, mask. We need to make mask. How to make mask? We need a length and math node. Change it to greater than and we have mask. Congratulations. Change colors and there it is. Why there is no color? Okay, mix, no nix, mix. mix RGB. This color to color 1, and this to factor, change it to black. Yes, now we have this. Duplicate color ramp and plug length to color ramp. Now let's combine them. Choose add and clamp it. If we plug this into our displacement high, we will see that is really sharp. To fix this, use RGB curves and change it a little bit in another direction. And now combine our two displacement maps. And we have some problems because we need to change big circle and lines a little bit with the math node. Okay, now it's a little bit better, but we have some issues, as you can see. In those places, we can decrease this. Or make smaller our pops. No, that is not smaller. This is smaller. Okay, let's make them a little bit higher. Okay. Now we need to color it. To color that, we will need our scale output and separate node. Now we have this little gradient, so let's change it to rainbow. That's a little life hack, how to make rainbow from color ramp. Change RGB to HSV or HSL and change near to far, and then choose any colors that you want, purple to red. Now we have rainbow, but we need to move it to our center. Let's make map range node and plug our value to max, and then we have our rainbow perfectly in the center of our pop. So that's why we used mapping node at this place. So now we have this. And the last thing that we need is to make an alpha mask. This is really easy. Let's duplicate our math node from length and change it to less than, and plug this into alpha. Let's make it to, for example, 0.57, and yes, that will be all right. If you don't like smooth colors in rainbow, we can copy math node and change it to floor or floor, I don't know. And now we have this. What else we need? Of course, this is rubber, not a plastic material. So plug color into subsurface color, make roughness a little bit higher, and subsurface 2.3. And now we have this nice silicon or rubber material, I don't know. So what we can change in this? As I showed before, we can change it scale. We can change number of pops. Remember only no odd numbers. We can make it even 31, but then we will need to change high a little bit. Also, you can add a hue saturation node and change it color. Oh my god, this is a muscle memory, sorry. So let's render it. I'll make it a little bit smaller. No, 50, 25. We don't need high quality at this time. There is one thing that I want to show you in these properties, view flare. Make sure that denoising data is on, and in compositing use denoise node and plug this into noisy image, denoising normal to normal, denoising albedo to albedo, and image to image. So now let's render it. Okay, maybe I've made a lot of scaling. So this is it. We have a puppet that you can change any way you want and use it in your projects if you want this to be in your projects. So that's all. Subscribe, likes, and goodbye, comrade.